I go here. School year hasn't started, so it's not going to let me. Anyways, you get a chance to like right click on their name, and it'll ask like, do you want to see the score inspector? So now you want to see the score inspector, but because you're here, it's going to give you like where you put in their grade for the quarter. And did I share the narrative blurbies with you? That's where you put the narrative blurbies.
Okay.
You can override the percentages. So I'll have the percentages set to 93 through 100 is EE, 75 to 92, and then 75 I think to like 60 is what I said was AE, and then anything below is JB. You can override that. So last year I had a student who turned in an assignment super, super late. It was the allegory assignment. But he did an amazing job on it. He ended up with an ME. He was borderline with the AE anyways. Like, we were looking at maybe being off by like 4 percentage points. But even though it was so late, it was so good. And he had shown so much growth that I was okay with it. Like, he was texting me every night, asking me questions, taking pictures of his allegory illustrations and sending them to me to make sure that everything he was doing was good. And it was really he was intimidated by the material, so he was scared to start executing. He showed enough professionalism to make up for the lack of professional, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So there is like that discretion area. You can override it and you can tell it that you're going to do a manual override. You don't have to put in a different percentage. You just choose MEEE.
Got it.
And it's like a little drop down.
Okay.
I'm kind of irritated I can't show you on here. But maybe once the school year starts, like next week, I should be able to show you what that looks like.
Okay.
So when you get done with all of that, it's going to ask for you to confirm the grades. And you say yes. And then I'm sure when I come in, they're going to have me confirm it too, which is fine.
So I thought you're going to be grading the final projects.
Yes. I don't remember who's grading them.
So do I, because they're due the 27th.
They're not. Sorry. They're due on the 20th.
They're on the 20th. Okay.
Yeah, which is great because that means while they take the test, you get to grade them.
Okay.
Which should be super chill. I couldn't remember what we talked about. And that's because these PD days shifted.
Got it.
So
okay.
What was going to be a PD heat on this day is actually a PD here.
Okay.
And I changed this so that the final draft is due here.
Okay.
This will be a project reflection day.
Okay, and that's just what they write about? They write about their reflection? Okay. They write the reflection.
And then this day, I forget what I put in. So I wrote it on the calendars. But I changed, because that stuff had to get changed around anyways.
Got it. Okay.
What's great is that gives you this day to grade them.
Okay.
Which is super great. Plus, if we're being honest, usually I have like a 90% idea of what grade they're going to get for the final product the day they turn in their rough drafts. Because all you should be doing is making the changes that I told you to make.
Got it. Okay.
So as I'm walking around listening to their peer critiques, like I'm looking over their shoulders and writing down like what I think needs to get changed and where I think each kid is.
Okay.
And that makes life a lot easier because you're basically able to pre-grade them and you're only looking for certain specific things.
Okay.
You should never get a project turned in and this is like way down the line when you're a teacher and have your own classroom.
And it's a big surprise.
Yeah, it should never be a big surprise. There have been lots of teachers that I've done PBL with where they're like, I just don't understand why they turned in this project and it was so bad. I'm like, how did you not know it was going to be bad like 3 weeks ago?
When you saw the roof? Yeah, okay.
Like that shouldn't happen. Anyways, it always does happen because life happens, but so that's where they should be there. They should be turning it in on the 20th. On the 15th, you're not going to have a ton of kids in some of your classes because of the PSAT.
Yep.
You're still responsible for meeting the deadline.
Right.
Sorry.
So on the 17th...
This is now PD.
So that's no school for them?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then they have school on the 24th?
Yes.
Got it. I don't need to come on the 17th.
No, unless you want to. I don't think you do.
What's the topic?
I don't know. Actually, I do. It's looking at what the kids are doing on their interim assessments and looking at their interim assessments and figuring out how that impacts your slow. Since you will not be doing diddly with the slows,
Okay.
Yeah. You shouldn't have to be here. I would be shocked if Evan wanted you to be here. I don't remember what this is not. This is the one we just put in here. Not the
I think
one I
that
wrote
is
on.
the weekend of,
It's the weekend of my birthday. Which means
Columbus Day?
It might be.
And you have, well, Monday you have school on Columbus Day. Okay.
I did. Why would I say that? That's stupid. Final drafts being due on the 22nd, which is a stupid idea. They should be due on the 20th. They can read their stories to one another on the 22nd, and on the 24th do the project reflections.
Got it. Okay.
So they're going to have a pretty stressful weekend, and they're going to have a pretty stressful day on the 20th. The 24th is kind of like their reward day. If they get through it early.
And it's our last time together.
Yeah.
So
okay. The other thing is, too, like, if you feel like after they get done reading and you want to put their project reflections on the 22nd, so on the 24th you want to do something that you put together as far as, like, your peace out moment, go for it. Okay. I don't care. Can I use your pen? I want to update that the final drafts are due this day. They're going to hate this day.
When you come back?
No, the 20th. They're going to be like, this freaking sucks. Dude, you have the whole... And remind them, like 9 million times, you have a long weekend. There are like 18 branch libraries in Columbus. You can go to a library if you don't have a computer at home and finish this stuff up. Get her done. I don't know what to tell you. So they can read here. It's going to be really cute when they read to one another. And then they'll have their project reflection day, and when they come back, they'll get to present their books to me. So it's a day for them to practice reading out loud their books. It should be cute. And the same thing is true of the Adapt This class. Final products are due on the 20th. Okay. I really struggled with whether or not to have me grade them or you grade them.
That's what I was...
Because you've seen, like, you have a better idea of what's a reasonable expectation based off of how things have happened.
You're going to have to post them. I don't post them. So you'll get to look at, you'll have all the projects and you can override because, you know, yeah.
I didn't feel like...
I would like the opportunity to try it.
Oh, yeah, go for it. And I can look at the rubrics that you fill out and see where you've marked things and what some of your comments have looked like. Yeah. That's actually, like, this video is going to take, like, 4 hours to upload. It's going to be great. As far as the pre-grading, walk around with a rubric for each kid, like, on a clipboard, so that over their shoulders you can be, like, highlighting or writing, and like, circling things in pencil, so that you know where they were on the rough draft day. And then you already have the rubrics basically done, so that when they turn in the final drafts, you're just checking and seeing, because final draft grading can be incredibly cumbersome if you haven't thought through what grade the kids are going to get. Like, where they were on the rough draft. And when they turn in a final product, you feel this immense amount of pressure to get them feedback right away, which sometimes can make the grading effort like a poor quality because you rush through it. Whereas if you've pre-filled out the rubric, you have a much better idea and it's a more authentic grade. Yes, my little children.
That's on Google, right? The new schedule. Okay.
And all this junk, I'm hoping, will be completely updated. Their interim assessments, I'm going to stop the video because I think we're done with the technology at this point.